E4 c5 is the Sicilian, E4 e6 is the French. Every chess player will tell you that. But what language do they speak? And do you need to know it as a chess player? If you want to play classical over-the-board chess and learn from your games, you absolutely do. In the next 10 minutes you will learn the language of chess from scratch. The language of chess is called algebraic notation. There are 3 reasons why every chess player needs it. First, it is required. In any rated classical event, you must write down your moves. This is the laws of chess, not a suggestion. Second, it resolves disputes. Is this position appearing for the 3rd time, entitling a player to claim a draw? Has your opponent bothered you with too many draw offers in this game? The score sheet is the evidence. Without it, those questions would have no answer. Third, it enables study. Every opening line, every annotated game, every engine analysis is built on top of notation. Without it, chess study as we know it does not exist. If this is useful, a like helps more chess players find it. Chessboard is an 8x8 grid and it consists of columns or files as we call them in chess. This is A file, B file, C file, D file, all the way to H file. So letters of the alphabet name the columns of file. Then we have rows or ranks as we call them in chess, and we name them by numbers. 1st rank, 2nd rank, 3rd rank, all the way to the 8th rank. 8x8 grid. The square name combines file letter, so A, and rank number, 1 in this case. So A1 is the name of this square, or H8 in the case of this square, or D4, D5, E4, E5. What is important to remember is even if you flip the board, they remain the same. So A1 is still A1 despite the fact that you're black and you're looking at it from another angle. Now Lichess has an amazing feature on the learn coordinates that can help you really practice this. Let's see, can you see it now? You start training and this is what you see. You can practice the coordinates and get into it in 10 minutes literally. I highly recommend it. Each piece except the pawn has a capital letter. K is king, Q is queen, R is rook, B is bishop, N is knight. And for knight because K is already taken by king. Pawns have no letter. A move that opens with a capital letter is a piece move. A move that opens with a lowercase letter is a pawn move. That distinction alone reads about half of all chess notation. Subscribe for more chess in plain English, new video every week. A pawn move is written as the destination square only, as simple as it gets. So E4 is a pawn moving to E4. C5 is a pawn moving to C5. C3 is a pawn move to C3. The simplest writing for the most common move in chess. A piece move is the piece letter followed by destination square. So knight to F6 and F6. Bishop to D3, B, D3. Queen to C7, Q, C7. As simple as it gets. How do you write down the captures with a lowercase letter x between the piece and the destination square? For example, pawn takes on D5, EX D5. So E file for the pawn coming from it, and X as capture sign, D5 destination square. Knight takes D5 and X D5. Piece making the capture, X marking the capture, and D5 as destination square. How do you mark a check during the game? Look at this. Bishop to B5, B5, and then a small plus immediately after. That's how you do it. And what about checkmate? Same concept, different sign. So queen coming and delivering checkmate on F7 is written as queen x F7 hash. Instead of plus for check, you have hash for checkmate. Castling is the only move in chess that does not follow the standard notation. So kingside castling is written as 0-0. Queenside castling is written as 0-0-0. A pawn promotion is written as the move, equal sign, and the piece to which it is promoted. So what we have here is c8 equals q for queen, or e1 equals n for knight, so promotion to knight. When two pieces of the same type can move to a single square, you need to make it very clear which piece has moved. For example, in here, both knights can move to e3. You need to write that it was the c knight that moved, so you write nc e3, because then it is clear which knight has moved. Another example, rook move to c5. Now it is logical to expect that there is a rook move to c5 from the rook that's under attack here, but still, you need to make it very clear. So rook from 4th rank moves to c5, r4 c5. How do you write en passant? The same as any other pawn capture. So this pawn has just moved and enabled en passant, and you take it. And you write the e for the e pawn that has taken it, x for the capture, and f6 for the destination square. You don't mention f5 as the square where the pawn has been before the capture. You now know every symbol. The next step is using them in a real game. The score sheet is provided by the organizer. You need to bring the pen. Write down both players' names, event date, and start recording the moves. After they are made, one by one. One warning from personal experience. In exciting positions, it happens that you miss a move or two. The position gets sharp, the clock is running, adrenaline takes over, and 3 moves later you look down at the score sheet and find a gap. Or worse, you notice you have been writing white's moves in black's column. That is what often happens to me. Your attention went entirely to the board. Ask your opponent for their score sheet, copy what you missed, return it, and thank them. The score sheet records moves in 3 columns. The first one is move number, second one is white's moves, third one is black's moves. How it looks? First move, e4 from white, e5 from black. Second move, knight to f3 from white, knight to c6 from black. Third move, bishop to c4 from white, bishop to c5 from black. Fourth move, white castles, black plays knight to f6. PGN stands for Portable Game Notation. It is the universal digital format for storing chess games. Every database, every engine, every chess website uses it. You will also encounter annotation symbols in PGN files. Exclamation mark means a good move, question mark means a bad one. You do not need to write PGN manually. Any chess software generates it automatically. Copy any game from any database on the internet and paste it into any chess program. Chess.com, Lichess, ChessBase, any desktop engine, all of them read PGN. The format is universal. Enter your own games over time and you build a personal database, a record of how you play, what positions you reach, where you tend to go wrong, and what your opponents play, which might be also useful. You can now read and write any chess game, from a tournament score sheet to a grandmaster game database. Chess improvement is a long game. The notation is the thread that connects every game you have ever played. Next video, the role of chess clubs, what happens on a club night, how to find one near you, and what to expect when you walk in for the first time. See you there!